Hey, and welcome back. Now let's continue looking at object literals. So what's an object? Let's start by talking about what's an object before we get into which type of object is exactly an object literal. Now an object is a collection of properties, and a property is an association between a key and a value. So what that means is an object in JavaScript, let's say it's defined within the curly braces. So an object will have a key and a value, and that will be the same. You'll have another key and another value. So the key can also be called a name. So it is a name and a value. So the name of the property and a value. Let me close this one. Now this key and a value is a property of the object. Now the object can be anything. Now let's think of an object in the real life. An object will have properties. For example, let's say that I have a table. Let's say that I have a cup, right? Now this cup will be our object, and this cup as an object, it has properties. So the properties can be the color of the object, the color of the cup, maybe the color is blue, maybe the material, what is it made of? Is it a plastic cup? Is it a porcelain cup? So material, let's say maybe it's made of glass. So that's like a property. Then you can have another cup, which is also another object, and it will have a different color. It will be made of a different material. Let's think of another object. Maybe you have a table. So this is an object, and this table has properties. Now the properties, the material, what is a table made of? Maybe the table is made of glass. Another table may have been made out of wood. Then how many legs does it have? In this case, we have a table with 4 legs, or it can be a table with just 1 leg. So it depends on the table. So the table is the object, and the properties are these things that we have here. You can even have the price of the table. So if you're thinking in terms, so what I'm trying to do is think in terms of real life. So the price of the table, maybe 200. So if this was an object, set a comma there, a comma there. So this would be the name. Of course, you'd have to put this in quotations, like strings. Numbers, we don't put anything. Then for a price, we also put these ones. Now, if this was your object, our object in this case is a table. So the property, this full is the property, and this is the name of the property, and that's the value of the property. So this is a name, or it's also called a key. So in most cases you'll hear key value pairs. Now the key value pairs will refer to the key and the value, and the full thing will be the property. So this is thinking in terms of an object. So an object has properties, and the properties have the name or the key and the value of that property. So I hope you understand what an object is. You can just think in terms of a real life, an object. A car has properties. It has the make, the model, the year of manufacture, and just thinking in terms of those lines, that's what an object is in JavaScript. So here we said that An object is a collection of properties, and a property is an association between a key and a value. So we have the key, we have the value, and the key is also called the name, that one over there, and then the value of that, which is over here. Now in JavaScript, there exists predefined objects, and you may also create your own objects. This is a logic symbol for there exists. I was just tired of typing there exists, so I decided to use this. This means there exists. There are also other logic symbols. For example, we have this one for all. Of course, you already know about and. That one will be and. Just the ampersand. Now this is called a conjunction. You can also have the disjunction, which is the or. It can be that, or you can use any of the ones that you've seen in programming, such as these ones. But this one will only come across them in logic, and we're not doing anything about logic here. So in JavaScript there exists predefined objects, and you may also create your own. For example, if you want to create a person object, you can create your own person object, give it properties, maybe the name, age, and all of that. So in this video, we've started looking at object literals, and we'll continue from here in the next video.